Okay, continuing on lesson 5.1, we're on page 111 now. We're going to practice graphing some of these functions. So this is just 16 minus x to the fourth power, which we could rewrite as y equals x to the, or negative x to the fourth plus 16. Now the fact that our degree is positive, this 4 is positive, the leading coefficient is negative, then we know our graph is going to open downwards like that. And we can just go to the calculator and grab a couple points. Or we could do it algebraically. So I have negative 2, 0, 0, 16, and 2, 0. So when you go to graph that, you got to be a little careful about setting this thing up. We'll make it count by 2's. So let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 is way up here. So this graph is going to look something like that. Not perfect, but close enough. Do you have a question? Okay, let's do the next one. Our leading coefficient is odd. I'm sorry, our degree is odd, our leading coefficient is positive. So that means our graph is going to do something like this. And again, we're just going to grab some points off the calculator. Or we can go to Desmos and graph it that way. I've got negative 1, 0, 0, 0, and 1, 2. So when we go to set this thing up, remember we're just sketching. We don't have to be exact. We're just going to grab a couple points here. Okay, now you notice you've got negative 1, 0, and 0, 0. And remember, if you look at that previous page, it does a little curve like that here in the middle, okay? Any questions on that one?
Is that first point at 0?
Negative 1, 0, and 0, 0, yes. But the graph is going to bend in between them. So, like I said, feel free to use your graphing calculator or Desmos to actually see the behavior of the graph. I'm so happy Daniel has his workbook now. That makes me really happy. Angel had it. Angel couldn't find his, so he took Daniel's. Then poor Daniel can't find his.
I did work for him.
Okay, sketch a graph of the polynomial function f if it's increasing on intervals negative infinity to negative 1 and 0, 1. Decreasing between negative 1, 0 and 1 to infinity, and then if y is less than 0 for all real numbers, then describe the degree and leading coefficient of f. So we have a lot of stuff going on here, you guys. Let's sketch our graph. Now increasing and decreasing means going uphill as you move along the x-axis or going downhill as you move along the x-axis. So if you're increasing between negative infinity to negative 1, let's put a point here at negative 1. So we know it has to go uphill. Now it also says f of x has to be less than 0 for all real numbers. So really we're going to move, let's move this point down to here. Let's move it down 1 because it can't be at 0, right? Let's move it down to negative 1. So we know our graph is coming uphill to that point. And then if it increases again between 0 and 1, that means we're going to have a point here at 1, and we're going to be going uphill here. If it's decreasing between negative 1 and 0, then it's going downhill on that interval. And from 1 to infinity means it's going back down like this. Okay, so let me use a different color here. You can see increasing, increasing, increasing as you come along this x-axis up until you get to 1. Everyone clear there? Okay, then it decreases in between -1 and 0. Then it increases again between 0 and 1. And then finally from 1, as you move on towards infinity, this graph goes downhill or it decreases. Okay, so then it says state the degree and leading coefficient. Well, based on this behavior, we can say the degree is even and the leading coefficient is negative because it's pointing downwards. Any questions there? Okay, here we have a word problem. We're going to use Desmos to look at the graph and analyze it. It says the number of students S in thousands who graduate in 4 years from a university can be modeled by this function where T is the number of years since 2010. So use a graphing calculator to graph the function for the interval 0 to 5 is your time. So what you're doing, you guys, is T is your x-axis and S is your y-axis. So you're only looking at 0 to 5 on the x-axis, and we're going to see what the y's are doing. Okay, so I have a little sketch here that says if this is 50, then my graph is doing something like this. Is that what y'all are seeing too when you graph that?
Yes.
Okay, so we're graphing it between 0 and 5. Describe the behavior of the graph in this interval. So they're saying here from 2010 to 2012, the number of students graduating increased and then mid-year 2012, the numbers started decreasing. Okay, so 2010 is your t equals 0, basically, right? So it's kind of going up, and then it starts to decrease. What is the average rate of change in the number of four-year graduates from 2010 to 2015? Remember, that's your change in y over change in x. That's your slope idea. So if you do that, it's 1,250 students less graduating in 4 years. Do you think this model can be used for the years before 2010 or after 2015? Explain your reasoning. It says before 2010, it's not reasonable. The numbers decline so quickly after 2012. So we're going to say not accurate. The numbers decline so quickly after 2012. And then after 2015 is also no, because you get negative numbers. And you wouldn't have negative numbers of people graduating, right? That's not realistic either.